Dum 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 dum. Hey everyone, this is Knitting According to the Nightingale. We're going to be looking at casting on in this video. Casting on is the way in which you start all knitting projects. It is how you get the loops or stitches onto the knitting needles in the first place. There are many different ways to cast on in knitting, each with their own advantages and disadvantages. Since this is Knitting According to the Nightingale, we'll be looking at my preferred method of casting on, which is a long tail cast on. I like this method because it's relatively fast, and it was the way I first learned. So, you want to take one knitting needle and the end of your yarn. You want the end to be going to the right of your hand, loop it through your hand like this, go underneath your thumb, then above your thumb, so you have an X right in the... So, you want to put the knitting needle through the bottom of the loop on your thumb and grab the part right after the X. So, this section right here. Go through, grab it, that, and then pull it through that loop. Then pull your thumb out, put your thumb on the end of the yarn, and then tighten it up. Then do it again. So now that the thumb is there, you just pull it down and you have that X again. Except now it's attached to the stitch. So you through, and you grab that one, and you pull it through. Through, grab that one, pull it through. Now one thing you got to be careful with is that you don't want to get the stitches too tight, or else when you start knitting, the bottom is going to be tight and then the top will start loosening and it's going to be small down here and start growing at the top. Maybe that's what you want, but in general that's not how you want to do it. Also, the major downfall of the long tail cast on is that if you don't have a long enough tail, you won't be able to make enough stitches. So say I needed 100 more of these. I'm not going to get that with this because you only have this little tiny tail left. Boop. That's how you do the long tail cast on. This has been Knitting According to the Nightingale.